What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie Night Edition. Huge thank you to Erica Ramsey over at Koons, Tysons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Ram 1500 Laramie or any Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram product, I'll be sure to have Erica's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. All right, make sure you're buckled up because this one has been loaded with options. So with that in mind, first, let's talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie Night Edition, and this particular one has been painted in the $295 granite crystal metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying the Ram 1500 sees no significant changes for the 2024 model year, and that is due to the refresh coming for the 2025 model year. But like I mentioned a little bit ago, this vehicle has been loaded with options, and the first option I wanted to highlight is the $3,410 Night Edition, which gives you the Sport Performance hood as well as the black exterior badging, the black headlight bezel, the gloss black front grille, and the body color front bumper. That package does include quite a few other options, but those are the ones with that package that I wanted to highlight up here at the front end. Now, also, this vehicle has been optioned with the $4,230 Level B equipment group, which gives you LED headlights with automatic high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, LED fog lights, and 6 forward-facing sensors here on the front end. So this is what the front end of the Ram 1500 Laramie Night looks like. You could get a forward-facing camera that works with your 360-degree view camera system if you got the safety package. This vehicle has not been optioned with that package. And then coming here to the side, I wanted to talk about ground clearance. So this vehicle has also been optioned with the $1,995 four-corner air suspension. So in normal ride height mode, you get 8.7 inches of ground clearance. But let's say you wanted to put this into entry-exit mode, which you can do with the key fob. It can lower 2 inches, and it will also lower I think about a half an inch when you go into aero mode. So if you go about 50 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, it will lower half an inch to get a little bit more aerodynamic, which hopefully leads to better fuel economy, which it actually does. And then if you put this into off-road mode 2, it would raise 2 inches from the 8.7 inches of ground clearance with the normal ride height mode. And in off-road mode 1, it would raise 1 inch from the 8.7 inches of ground clearance. So again, you get the four-corner air suspension. So I'll try to give you a view of the airbag up here at the front. That's what that looks like. And then coming back just a little bit more, these are the wheels you get with the Night Edition, and they are 22-inch satin black wheels that are wrapped in 285/45 Pirelli Scorpion Verde all-season tires. There's a view of the wheel face. Here is a view of the tread pattern on that tire there real quick. And then, like I mentioned, this vehicle has been optioned with the Level B equipment group, which gives you rain sensing wipers. Here's a closer view of the Sport Performance hood. I already showed you a little graphic of what that looks like on screen, but I figured I'd show it to you again. Now, again, this vehicle has been loaded with options, so bear with me. It has also been optioned with the $1,445 trailer tow group, which gives you these satin black power folding tow mirrors with integrated turn signals. Also, these mirrors are heated. You get memory functions and a puddle light at the bottom of your mirror, located about right there. And here's a view of the mirror itself. And then another thing I wanted to mention is that this vehicle has been optioned with the Level B equipment group, which gives you the blind spot monitoring on the upper left-hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right-hand side of your passenger side mirror, located about there. Now, taking a step back, let's do a little side profile shot of this thing. That's what she looks like here on the side. You can see you get black window trim, and with the Night Edition, you get the gloss black door handles. You get keyless access as standard with the Laramie, and then again with the Night Edition, you get that black Ram lettering. There's a closer view of that. And then coming on back, you do get a capless filler neck as standard. So if you press on that, the filler neck will reveal itself, so you don't have to twist anything off. However, this vehicle has been optioned with the $445 33-gallon fuel tank, so you have quite a bit of range with that fuel tank as compared to the stock or standard fuel tank size. And then up top there, you get a satin black shark fin antenna. And then coming down just a little bit more, this vehicle again has been optioned with the Level B equipment group, which gives you the power sliding rear window and the rear window defroster. Now coming around back, you do get LED taillights as standard with the Laramie. And then again, with the Night Edition option, you get the black badging on the tailgate. You also get the black tailgate handle in gloss black, excuse me, with the Night Edition. You can see you have your backup camera there. And then underneath here, you have your hitch light. So it makes it a little bit easier to connect a trailer at night. Basically like a puddle light essentially for your trailer hitch area. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is that with the Level B equipment group, you get the power tailgate release. So you can release the tailgate from the interior, as well as the button right here on the key fob. So if I press that twice, the tailgate will drop. And I also do believe that you can power lock the tailgate. So if I press the lock button, I wonder if the tailgate locks as well. I think it does. But yeah, this is what the tailgate looks like, or the bed space looks like. You get a tie down hook in each corner for a total of 4. This one does not have spray on bed liner or any sort of bed liner. So that is what that looks like. And if you were wondering about the max payload capacity, it is 1,410 pounds on this particular vehicle. But let me close this back up, make sure I don't squeeze the D tag, and then let's finish things off here at the rear end, shall we? So again, with the Level B equipment group, you do get the rear parking sensors, and with the Night Edition, you get the body color rear bumper, you get the dual black tipped exhaust system, which looks sick because it's kind of like a black chrome. So otherwise you wouldn't get this cool looking bumper with the dual exhaust cutouts if you did not get the Night Edition, and you would also not get those black chrome exhaust tips, which I think look sweet. And then last but not least, with the Night Edition, you also get the anti-spin rear axle. And if you were wondering about the rear axle ratio, it is a 3:21 rear axle ratio as standard. You also get a 2-speed transfer case as standard, meaning 4-wheel drive high and 4-wheel drive low. This vehicle has also been optioned with the $445 Class 4 hitch. There's a view of the hitch. Then you also get a 4-pin connector on the top. You get a 7-pin connector on the bottom. And then the max tow capacity of this particular vehicle is 8,108 pounds. So you can tow quite a big boat with that 8,100 pound max tow capacity. And then last but not least, the last option I wanted to highlight here on the exterior include these $220 rear wheelhouse liners. Make the vehicle just look a little bit more finished, a little bit more classy, instead of seeing all the suspension components, which is kind of cool to see the suspension components, especially if you paid for the 4-corner air suspension system. So by the way, there are tons of deals right now on Ram 1500 trucks due to the impending 2025 model year refresh. So the MSRP on this one is actually very high, but they're selling quite a bit under MSRP right now. So you can pick up a sweet deal on one of these. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the $3,045 5.7 liter Hemi e-torque V8 that makes 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 6.6 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 18 miles per gallon in the city, 22 miles per gallon on the highway for 19 miles per gallon combined with 4-wheel drive. This does, or the Laramie does, come standard with a V6, and I would highly recommend getting the V8 because it makes a ton more power, it sounds better, and it's actually still relatively fuel efficient at that. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything from this video, please just take a second to give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. So I'd appreciate it if you do those 3 things, but only if you're enjoying the video. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing on this button right here, and now the vehicle is locked. Now, this is what the key fob looks like, and now let's go over a couple of the functions on the key fob. So you have your unlock and your lock functions, your power tailgate release function. You also have a remote start function, and with the 4-corner air suspension system optioned, if you press this button twice, the suspension will drop and put you into entry exit mode, making it a little bit easier for your mom or your grandma to get in the vehicle. So you may be able to hear it right now. It is dropping. take a listen. You can actually see it dropping at the same time. You see that? Dropping both front and rear, and you'll see how much easier it is to step in the vehicle when it is lowered all the way down. I wish it would ride like this at all times. I think that would be sick if they put like a Hellcat engine in this and then also made it ride like this at this height all the time. That would be sweet. But another function, like I mentioned, you do get remote start. So if I press this button twice, still sounds really, really good with that 5.7 liter. But don't you think it'd be sick if it rode around at this ride height at all times and it had a Hellcat engine under the hood? That would be pretty sweet. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree, if that would be sweet. I don't know how anybody would disagree and think that wouldn't be sweet. But anyways, this is what the interior looks like. I am gonna step in and turn this off, or back on, I guess, so it's not just blasting the air conditioning system. But yeah, this is what the interior looks like. So starting over here at the door panel, you get some leather wrapping up top here. You get some accent colored stitching. You get a nicely padded armrest, a satin chrome door handle, 2 memory seat adjustment settings. You get the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system with the level B equipment group. And then this is your power folding mirror button. You do get that with the trailer tow group, power side and mirror controls, automatic up and down windows in the front, but you do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. This button is going to restrict your passenger window privileges, unlocking your lock functions. A little bit of storage space right here. You could set a phone. You get some more storage space at the bottom of the door panel. And then also with the level B equipment group, you get the foam bottle insert, which is what this is right here. You do get power front seats. This is what the seats themselves looks like. They are leather trimmed. You get the Laramie stitched into the seat back, and then these headrests also do move forwards and backwards with quite a bit of adjustability. I'd say you probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 to 10 levels of adjustability with your headrest. So that is very, very nice. The seats themselves are very comfortable. You also do get lumbar functions. But stepping on into the interior, this is what it looks like. So I'm gonna close that door here and I'm gonna lock her back up, and basically what I'm gonna do is walk you throughout the interior. I don't know if I'm gonna go through all of the different packages and stuff, because at the end of the video you'll see it on the window sticker and you can see all the stuff that you get with the different packages. So coming over to here, this is your headlight control knob. All the way to the left is headlights off, all the way to the right is automatic. Then that is headlights always on, parking lights on. That is to turn your fog lights on or off, and that is to turn your cargo light system on or off. Coming over to here, this is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. And this is to dim your dome lights. Then you have an electronic parking brake. These two like rocker looking switches are to push the pedals away from you, or you can bring the pedals towards you. So this is going to bring the pedals toward you. This is going to push the pedals away from you. And those pedals also are included with the memory here with your 2 memory seat adjustment settings. So I think that is definitely nice. Then you get a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, meaning the steering wheel can come towards you. You can push it away from you and you can move it up and down until you find your comfortable position and then lock it back into place once the comfortable position is found. But now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like. And then zoom in back out. This is what your steering wheel looks like. It is a leather wrapped steering wheel, and it is also heated with 1 level of adjustability. And just like any other steering wheel, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen. That is what the horn sounds like on the Ram 1500. Now coming over to here, you see the OK button and those 4 different arrows. Those are all to control your productivity screen located at the center of the gauge cluster. Then this is to pick up on a phone call. This is to speak to the vehicle, and this is to hang up on a phone call. And then on the back side of the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, you have your tuning controls. And then on the back side of the steering wheel here on the right-hand side, you have your volume controls. This is a gear limiter, so if you press that, it will downshift the transmission. But basically, if you click that right, this has an 8-speed auto. So if you click this down into like 6th gear, and it says 6 up top here, basically the vehicle will not shift above 6th gear. Like this is basically for when you're towing. So it's not like you're just upshifting and downshifting the transmission with these 2 buttons here. And then here are your cruise control settings. You do not get adaptive cruise with the Laramie. However, you can get it as an option, which I'll put on screen now. Then you have your push button start button right about there. And this is your gauge cluster. One thing that's pretty cool about the Ram lettering up top here is that it is backlit. I think that is pretty cool. Basically, like there's an outline around the Ram that lights up and it looks pretty sweet. But then coming down to here, you have your tachometer, coolant temperature gauge, speedometer, fuel gauge, digital speedometer readout, that's your compass stuff. Then down here you have your battery voltage, this is your oil pressure, transmission status stuff. That right there is letting us know that we are in entry exit mode with our air ride suspension. Then you have your odometer down there, fuel range over here, ambient exterior temperature. And to go throughout this screen, you can click down, which will bring you into your vehicle info screen. You can see your tire pressure stuff, your air suspension status, then your coolant temperature gauge, transmission temperature gauge, oil temperature gauge, oil pressure, oil life, battery voltage. You have your gauge summary, you can see all of those together. Then you have some engine hour stuff, and then clicking down one more, you have your fuel economy stuff, some more fuel economy stuff. Then you have your trip information, trip A and trip B. Coming down one more, this is your auto stop start system. Then you have your trailer tow screen, you got your trailer trip, trailer brake, trailer light check, and that trailer tire pressure monitoring system. Then you have your audio stuff, you get some stored messages, you can go into screen setup so you can adjust what's up top there, you can adjust what's over there, then the lower left and the lower right. Coming back one more, personally for me, this is the screen that I would leave my vehicle on because I like the digital speedometer readout personally. And then on your A-pillar for the driver, you get an O-poop handle. All of this is basically like vinyl wrapped. Then with the level B equipment group, you do get the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system. So you get your speaker up top there that says Harman Kardon. Then you get a 12-volt power outlet. Coming down just a little bit more, you get the 2 HVAC vents, and then also included with the level B equipment group, you get the 12-inch Uconnect 5 infotainment system with built-in navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. And then one thing I did kind of gloss over is that you do get the rotary dial gear shifter here, but also included with the level B equipment group, you get the electronic transfer case. So basically all you got to do is press these buttons to go in between 4 high, 4 low, 4 automatic, or 2-wheel drive. And then this is to turn the auto stop start system on or off. I hate auto stop start, so that would be a button I would press every single time I got in this vehicle. But coming back to our 12-inch Uconnect 5 infotainment system, this is what this infotainment system looks like. Up top here, you have like your fan speed stuff, temperature controls for the driver, and then the mode button, basically where you want the air to blow, whether it's on your feet, your face, defroster, so on and so forth. And then on the passenger side, you have the temperature controls, the front defroster, the rear defroster, AC button, and the recirculating button. You also get a physical volume control knob, a physical tuning control knob. This right here is your mute button, and then this is your screen off button. The screen will turn off. Touch anywhere back on the screen and it will pop back up. And then up top there, you can see your temperatures for the driver and the front passenger. This is a dual zone climate control vehicle. And then on the bottom of the screen, you have your different shortcut buttons. You can shortcut into your media stuff, your comfort stuff. So this is what the climate control screen looks like when the climate control screen is on. Then you can turn it back off. And again, you do get heated and ventilated front seats. Both get 3 levels of adjustability for the front seats, and then you get 1 level of adjustability for the heated steering wheel. Then you can pop up your navigation stuff on the screen. Then you get your phone stuff that you can pop up on the screen. That is what that looks like there. Then you can go in between your different vehicle stuff. You can go into the dashboard, the controls, or all of your different settings. So this is one setting screen. If I click down, that's the second one, that's the third one, and that is the 4th and final one. So there's tons and tons of adjustability or different settings you can go throughout here, just to make it very easy to navigate through. But you can also see with all of this kind of stuff, you can turn aero mode on. Let's see, it will also let you know, I'm going to click that on, but it tells you what aero mode does essentially, so you can see what that does. I'm going to turn that back on. But yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. Then you can go into your apps, you can go into all of your apps, and that's kind of about it for this screen. This screen is very easy to use, so I don't feel like I need to spend too much time on it. It's very intuitive. And then down here with the trailer tow group, you do get the reverse steering control as well as the trailer brake controller. So this is your integrated trailer brake controller. This is your reverse steering control, and then you can read what else you get with the trailer tow group on screen. You can see this light right here. So if I clicked all the way up, that is going to put me into my off-road mode, and right now the suspension is raising. I'll see if I can't catch it on camera of us going back up, so you can see the suspension is now raising and bringing us into off-road mode 2. So you can see it's working its way on up, and I'll show you what it looks like on the exterior in a second. But this is to put you into your tow haul mode. And again, with the level B equipment group, you do get the front and rear parking sensors, so you can turn those front and rear parking sensors off individually, both front and rear. Then you have your traction control off button there. You can obviously turn it back on if it is off by pressing on that button. And then with the Night Edition, you do get a wireless charging pad, and the wireless charging pad is down there. One thing that's funny is that Ram calls it the Ram charger, but you can put your phone in the wireless charging pad down there, and then this light will light up in blue once the phone is charging, which right now it is charging. And then one other thing I wanted to highlight is that you get 2 USB-C ports down here. You get 2 USB-A ports. You get an auxiliary jack. You could also set your phone there if you wanted to. You could set another phone there. Quite a bit of storage space down here. Then you get a 115 volt household power outlet down there. 2 cup holders, and then you can move this forward and backwards by clicking that and then sliding it forward. Then you get some coin holders, some miscellaneous storage space, and then opening this up, you do get a leather wrapped armrest with the Ram badge. You get some storage space down there. You could set a phone or what's it called, a clipboard, a notebook, something like that. And then opening this up, you get a USB-A port all the way down there. Storage space. Click that one more time, then you get all of this stuff that I would never use because I'm not a contractor. I don't think contractors would really use that either. But then you get tons and tons of storage space down in that center console, and you get this little flip-up divider. So this actually comes all the way through, as you may be able to tell, and that is why that divider is down in there. And you can see all the different trucks down there. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up on camera, but see all those different trucks. Nice little Easter egg down in there. But closing that back up and working my way over to here, you do get an upper glove box that all you got to do is click that button, and then I would say you could probably fit maybe like 16 sausage McMuffins in there. So I was just in a GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. It was a 1500 series truck, and the upper glove box in that was smaller than the upper glove box in this. You also get a light in there, as you may be able to tell. Laramie badging. Then you get a lockable lower glove box. Not quite as much storage space in this lower glove box because the upper glove box is so big, but just figured I'd show you that. It is lockable. And then you get some more of that storage space here as well. OPU panel on the A-pillar for the front passenger. Then you get an auto dimming rearview mirror, a spot you can set your sunglasses up top there. The driver gets an LED light, the passenger gets an LED light as well, and then this is like your instant dome light on button. All the interior dome lights will turn on by the push of that button. This is the button whether you want the lights to turn on or not when you open up the doors. Then this is your power tailgate release button that I believe you get with the Level B equipment group. Then you have your SOS and assist stuff, roadside assistance features. And then also, with the Level B equipment group, you do get the power sliding rear window. So that is what this control is right here. And then this vehicle has also been optioned with the $1,595 pano roof, which is the panoramic roof. I say pano roof. And then this right here is to open up the shade. And then this is to slide the roof. This is to tilt the roof. And that's kind of about it for that. I'm going to open up the shade all the way. But then you get a garage door opener here, universal garage door opener. You can open up 3 different garage bays with it. You get a vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights, a spot you could set some paper products up there. And then these slide forwards and backwards to your liking. So when the sun is in those awkward positions, you can block that sun out. And then that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in these front seats. These front seats are very, very comfortable. So yeah, no complaints here when it comes to seat comfort. And then a couple things I wanted to go over. I'm just going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at all the different options that this vehicle has. That is a mouthful, and I'm not going to go in between each one of them because there's so many options, but just take a look at all the options that this vehicle has. But yeah, basically, I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie Night Edition is spec'd is $76,265. However, this one's selling for about $61,600-ish. So again, like I mentioned, quite a bit under MSRP, as you may be able to tell. So you can get a really nice deal on one of these right now. But I do want to show you what we got going on here in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. So this is what the rear door panel looks like back here. Again, you do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. I almost don't want to open up this window just because the window sticker seems a little bit flimsy, so I'm not going to. But this window does go all the way down. You get a nicely padded armrest spot. You can set a phone, fancy speaker surround, a little bit of storage space down underneath here. You do get the Ram box. You can, set whatever you want to down in there. This is a 60-40 split with the seats. So you pull up on this seat, and this guy, you know, as you may be able to tell, can, you know, set dog bed here. Your dog bed your dog would be very comfortable because of this flat space. There's no like hump. So if your dog likes to lay in the back of your truck, this is a good truck for that, because my dog likes to do that, and that just makes it very comfortable. But anyways, this is what these rear seats look like. Stepping on in, this grab handle makes things very nice, but I wanted to show you off-road mode too. So remember entry exit mode when we first got into it? See how much higher it is? That's pretty cool, and that is what you get when you opt for the 4-corner air suspension system. I think that option is definitely worth it. I know it's like 1,500 bucks or whatever it is, but really that's not all that much money considering what that provides you. In my personal opinion, I like the air suspension, and if I was speccing one of these out, that would be an option I would definitely get. Then up top here, you get a dome light, a spot you could set your dry cleaning. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. You get 2 cup holders, and then you get 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports. You do get heated outboard second row seats with the Level B equipment group. You also get a 115 volt household power outlet down in there. Now you may be able to tell when it comes to my knee and leg room, I am 5'9" and I am adjusted behind myself. I've got plenty of knee and leg room. Here's another view of that knee and leg room, not even a question. And then here are like your floor mats. Then you get a center fold down armrest. So if I pulled on this right here, the armrest will come down. 2 cup holders. Open this up. A little bit of storage space. You could set a phone. Nicely padded armrest. This looks very fancy, but it's also usable because now it looks like a, you know, this is a very comfortable middle seat, whereas sometimes, you know, with the center fold down armrest, it's like right here, and it's kind of like you could feel it on your back, whereas this is the entire seat. So I think that is definitely nice. And then with the Level B equipment group, you get the 19 speaker Harman Kardon sound system, so you get those 2 speakers there. Here's a view from my eye level out the front. And that's kind of about it for what we got going on here with this vehicle. So, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion. Take a listen. So as you may be able to tell, or may have been able to tell, we were in off-road mode 2, and you do have to be going under a certain speed in order to be in off-road mode 2. Now we are back in off-road mode 1, and I'm just going to click down one more time, and we're going to go back into our normal ride height. So you can be in off-road mode 1 while you're driving. However, I think once you get up to about like 50 miles an hour, it will automatically lower into your aero mode, which is supposed to help you get some better fuel economy. It lowers about a 1/2 inch, so you're about, you know, 8.2 inches of ground clearance in aero mode. So right now we're in normal mode, 8.7 inches of ground clearance, 9.7 inches of ground clearance with off-road mode 1, and 10.7 inches of ground clearance when in off-road mode 2. So just something I figured I would point out. Now with the air suspension, this thing drives very, very smooth. Yes, it still does feel like a truck, but that's because it is a truck, you know what I'm saying? So that is what is to be expected, but for a truck, it handles very well. Like there was a turn that I was going around, and it was kind of like a left to a right thing, so I thought it was gonna kind of upset the way that the weight was being thrown around. And I think with the air suspension, it made it so it was flat around the second toss. So, you know, it was a left to a right, or yeah, it was a left to a right, and I thought it was gonna go like boom boom, like just hella body roll, but going around the second turn, it remains like really, really flat. So the air suspension kind of keeps you grounded when going around turns and stuff, keeps you flat. So I appreciate that. That is definitely nice, because, you know, in certain trucks, you like an F-150, for example. I love the way that F-150s ride. However, they're just a little bit clumsy because they have such a smooth ride. So kind of when you're going from a left to a right kind of thing, they kind of just like are like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So here's another little acceleration for you. Take a listen. So I think the last Ram 1500 I drove, it did have this same engine, but it had a 392 rear axle ratio, which makes the acceleration much quicker for sure. However, this one is still not slow by any means. It's still got plenty of get up, and this axle ratio actually makes it so it cruises, you know, at 80 miles an hour at a lower RPM as compared to the 392 axle ratio. So here's another acceleration. Take a listen to what it sounds like cruising at about 70. Now we're in aero mode, and it lets you know, see? Aerodynamic ride height achieved. Very well insulated from the outside world. I mean, it is very quiet here on the interior. Definitely appreciate that, you know. It's basically like a luxury SUV with a truck bed, and that's kind of what I said yesterday in the video that I did, I think with both the High Country Silverado and the Denali Ultimate Sierra I did videos with, because that's what these new trucks are, you know, especially if you get a higher trim level, which this one is. You know, this is one of the higher trim levels. The only trim levels above this, or the trim levels above this, are the Rebel, the Limited Longhorn, and the Limited. So, you know, this is probably maybe the best value, just because it's not like crazy expensive. I mean, the MSRP is crazy expensive, but the truck itself, what it's selling for, is not crazy expensive, which is nice. You know what I mean? You can pick up a really nice truck like we have here today for about, you know, $61,000. So I think that's a good deal, especially considering truck prices nowadays are crazy. I think this is a nice truck for the money. Again, I know that is personal opinion, but that's just my opinion. And now what we got to do is go through all of these lanes of traffic here. She does it with ease. Obviously there wasn't that much traffic. Oh, look, we got the light. That never happens. That is nice. Brakes are good. Let's do a nice little UE. We'll test the turning radius here. Ooh, very good turning radius. That's nice. Here's an acceleration, normal. Nice acceleration. I wanted to mention the sound system because the sound system sounds great. You know, this is the 19-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, and it sounds great. The bass is great, the clarity is great, the volume is great. Definitely a fan of this sound system. And if you like listening to music in your cars and you're looking at getting a Laramie, then I highly recommend you get the 19-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. The Alpine sound system is pretty decent, but the Harman Kardon just takes it to the next level. So overall, very comfortable seat, very comfortable ride, very quiet on the interstate. Sound system is great. Overall, it's just a really nice vehicle for what it's selling for the MSRP. I don't know if it's enough truck for, you know, $78,000 or $76,000, whatever the MSRP is. I think for $61K, this is a great deal, which is what this one is selling for. So yeah, very, very nice truck for the money if you can get it under MSRP, which you can. Everybody's selling these under MSRP. So very nice truck. Really like it. If you are interested in this particular one, I'll have Erica's information in the description box down below. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, take a second, leave a comment in the comment section down below, hit that thumbs up button, and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.